This is my cousin Cindy. This is me.
Lonnie Smith has only really known Daphne Molnar for 2 years. But more than 40 years ago, she gave birth to him.
All my memories, all my Christmases, all my birthdays are with my adopted family. And, it was never an issue of, I want to get away from them.
Smith grew up in a family with 2 brothers who were also adopted.
My parents were very open about it. My dad says that I was the one who, if anyone was going to go do a search, it was going to be me, because I was always the snoop.
Molnar, who's now married with 2 children, remembers the day the adoption agency contacted her in 2009 to say her son was looking for her.
I call it the day of enlightenment. For me, it's all been very positive. I mean, this is a hole in my heart that I've lived with all my adult life.
Molnar was 18 when she got pregnant.
I never told my mother, I never told any of my family, I never told the boy. And so I was pretty alone.
Some 40 years later, she questions her decision to give up her son.
The thinking of that time was that these agencies were doing you a great favor. They were fixing your life for you, that you just need to turn away and go forward. Don't look back, this child's going to have a wonderful life, and you couldn't have done it, so just keep going. And I think there's some question to that thinking.
Linda Clausen agrees. She gave up 2 boys for adoption when they were born in 1961 and 1963.
Well, you can't forget. I mean, you gave up a child. There's no way you can forget. You think, if it's not every day, it's every other day, it's the middle of the night.
She reunited with her sons Bob and Brian about 20 years ago.
Hello.
Howdy.
Brian, who just started a job in Washington, has been staying at Clausen's home in D.C. several days a week and returning to his family in New York on Friday night. He remembers the first time he called her.
Probably one of the stranger conversations I've ever had in my life, because, who is this person? What do you say to her? What is she saying to me? And, what do I expect and how do I feel? And the emotions get so, they just start rushing all around.
Not too long after, they agreed to meet in Washington.
We met at the train station, Union Station, D.C., and, we just sat down and I started asking questions, but I'd start crying the minute I heard an answer, and I really didn't hear the answers because I just couldn't believe I was sitting, that he was in front of me, and we'd met, and it was just amazing.
20 years later, they have a comfortable relationship.
Linda was at my wedding, and she was around not too far when my children were born, and, she's Grandma Linda. And, now it looks like I'm going to be living not too far from here in the not too distant future.
When he moves his family from New York. As for Lonnie Smith and Daphne Molnar, although they reunited just 2 years ago and live more than 1,500 kilometers apart, they've gotten together 7 times already.
And my family's been very, very open to Lonnie. They just adore him. And in fact, he's going to sing at my daughter's wedding next year, and he had my son come out and stay with him for several days.
And although he doesn't call her mom, Smith says he will be sending Molnar a Mother's Day card this year. Susan Logue, VOA News, Washington.
Oh my God, that looks like Patty there. Like that.
It does look like Patty.
That's frightening.